I know this trend kinda died a long time ago, but now that Smash is finally complete in terms of its roster, I can have an edge on all those other YouTubers that already did it. So today I'm going to be adding a new character to every series in Smash Bros. I'll be going by what the game classes as a series and ones that are represented by fighters. This can lead to some pretty narrow series classification, and I'm sorry if your favorite doesn't make it in. Anyway, let's begin with the Super Mario series. Who would I add to Super Mario? I honestly think that the infamous Italian bed salesman Darucci would make a fantastic addition to the series. Sleep is a status element in the Mario role-playing games and in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and that would make him perfect as an antagonist to one of the Mario and Luigi games or something, I guess. Who did you expect me to pick? Weed Mario? He's already canon and essentially a staple of the Mario series anyway. Speaking of a series I don't know how to represent better, I'm not the biggest fan of the Donkey Kong series. British people just kinda suck, I'm sorry. But I must say, if I were to add another character to that series, it would have to be Big Man John. Known for his popular Donkey Kong Twitter posts and music uploads on YouTube, John is a staple of the Donkey Kong brand in real life, and I think he might just work in the games too. Now for The Legend of Zelda, this is much easier for me considering most of the characters fucking suck. Like, come on, the same 3 characters in every game. I don't think we really need more Triforce narratives, which is why I'm adding a 4th person to the Triforce. And that's right, I'm adding Nier from Nier into the Quad Force. I think he'd be a great asset to the Hyrulean monarchy. Also, the vibes. I'm going to be real with you guys, I've never actually finished a Metroid game in my life. I'm going to have to change that soon, but for now I still haven't finished any of them yet. I've played them extensively as you saw in my other video, however I have not finished one. But I do think I have a good idea for another character in the Metroid series, and it's one of the Master Chiefs from Halo. I think John would be a good one, but I've not played that series either, so I wouldn't know. Also, he looks like a Metroid. The Yoshi series is near and dear to my heart, so for this one, I will add Shinji Sato from Fishman to Yoshi's story. Dub Master Minaban and Shinji would crank out the greatest dream pop album this side of Right Ear Music. As for Kirby, it would have to be Dark Urkel. For a series so twisted and cruel with its villains, we've never seen someone truly messed up. We got close with King Deity, Monarch, but no one would represent the struggle of post-Soviet society better than Dark Urkel. Having a true communist revolutionary, unlike Marx, would give a lot more meaning to the series. I also just love his aesthetic, and I think having a shadow magic sorcerer guy like him would be great. I have a similar relationship to Star Fox as I do with Metroid. I've never finished a single Star Fox game, but I know a lot about it and have played a lot of it. But this time I honestly don't have a good idea for an extra character because frankly Star Fox hasn't got the capacity for any more characters. Maybe Dr. Kawashima from the Dark Brain Training series will be a good idea. He's like Andros, but I've actually managed to beat him in a Source game unlike Andros. Good Vriska, I don't want to fucking think about adding another character to Pokemon, but if I had to, it would be a rat with the bubonic plague. Maybe that would get rid of all those pesky critters. Plus its poison-type moves would work really well in the Ludo narrative of Pokemon combat. Finally, a series I adore. Oh mother, you poor bastard. I would have to add Alex Y2K to the games, as I think he would fit in perfectly. Both are postmodern RPGs, which Urban Dictionary defines as a pretentious movement that is widely followed by hipsters and cultural Marxists. It is the reason why everyone views Western civilization as a slave society. Wow, I'm learning so much from making this video. F-Zero is easy, the car from Fast Racing League. Boom. Ice Climber is difficult because I don't know what you would add. There's not many people on mountains and they're kind of the only ones you would expect. I guess we can add Celeste from Celeste, that might be interesting. Oh, Fire Emblem. Similarly to Pokemon, I don't want to give this series more characters, but if I had to, I would, I guess Rabbid Luigi from Mario and Rabbids would be a good one because that game series plays exactly the same and I think he has the same vibe. Game & Watch, that's a thing. I would like to see a Game & Watch version of Spider-Man. Kid Icarus, probably Zagreus from Hades because like the vibes are totally there. Both games are pure Greek vibes and the aesthetics are so cool. It'd just be nice to have another actually Greek person in Greek gaming again. For WarioWare, I'll just go with Weed Mario. I think he embodies the vibe of Wario well. That is what Wario originally stands for after all. Metal Gear Solid is an interesting one. There are actually a lot of choices I would put in this series, but if I had to pick just one I'd go for Friedrich Hayek, the father of neoliberalism. I think his work really speaks to the needs of the military companies from the games we know and love. I've only played Rising, so I'm pretty sure anyway. Ayn Rand is also acceptable, but Hayek is the more recognizable and developed of the two. Sonic the Hedgehog would have to be Alex the Hedgehog. He is born and raised in Compton, and he is very criminal and super dangerous. Those people he don't know, he will stab them in the face with his blunt. But if you know him, he is very nice and super cool. He's a professional criminal and is very good at smoking weed and stealing blunts. His gangster name is Tom Cruise. For Pikmin, you have to add the rebels from Anarchy. The vibes of that game are so akin to Pikmin, it's insane. They both have so much to say on the nature of being vibey. Rob is the only character from the Rob series of toys, so there's no way to add anyone to the cast. Instead, I will change her gender to female. She is trans femme now. Sorry. Animal Crossing would have to be Jason Funderburker the frog from Over the Garden Wall. He has many unnatural abilities that include the ability to talk as well as sing and play piano. Mega Man would have to be Francis Fukuyama because he embodies the series' values perfectly. I know the games are already dedicated to his teachings, but seeing the cast of Mega Man Zero 2 congratulate him for his work would bring a tear to my eye. Wii Fit is another Rob situation. Here I would add a third non-binary Wii Fit trainer who has pronouns. As for Punch-Out, dude, I don't know. I don't even know what it's based on or anything. Maybe like the boss from MGS3? She developed CQC along with her apprentice Naked Snake. That is punchful. For the Mii series, I would add you. A manifestation of the sins you have committed over the years. Your heart pounds with extra beats as upon opening the Mii channel you are faced with the horrors of you. A hyper-realistic depiction of the self with blood dripping from the eyes. Scary. Pac-Man, well, the obvious answer is Weed Mario. They would get along just fine. Xenoblade, I'd have to go with an actually good philosopher to base your themings on, but that's just me. Duck Hunt, well, here's the same issue as with Rob. I guess this time you, the player, are now trans femme. Street Fighter has a lot of good choices. There are tons of characters that would work as guests of the series. It's almost terrifying how gargantuan this choice is to make. I'm going to go with Sailor Uranus from Bishoujo Senshi Sailor Moon as Jogai Ranto Shyakuso Datsusen. Her playstyle would fit right at home in Third Strike, I think, if they're still updating that one. Final Fantasy VII. I don't like that game. A game I do like is the City of Final Fantasy NT, and a character from that I think would overall Final Fantasy VII would be Locke Cole. His role as treasure hunter goes unfulfilled in the main cast, and I think him being the protagonist over those lousy eco-fascists would be much more interesting. I prefer people who only do good things, sorry. Bayonetta, probably Dante. He's cool, right? I haven't played Bayonetta or DMC, but they seem like they might have some similarities or something. Both have guns, I think. Splatoon has to go to Marks. These games are already so politically based, why not add a true communist revolutionary to fulfill the thematic ludo-narrative link? Splatoon 3's ending would have been better if you read at Das Capital while you kill a billionaire, I think. Castlevania, I've honestly not played them besides Bloodstained, and only that because of the woman. Maybe we should add the woman from that, whatever her name is. Castlevania needs more lesbians. Do I need to talk about Persona 5? This game is just amazing. From the unique music to the classic vibes, what's not to love? Persona 5 was the first JRPG I ever found tolerable enough to play, and that's saying a lot. Anyway, they should also add the rebels from Anarchy. Same ideologies, I think. I'm not sure. I don't like politics in games, but Persona 5 seems pretty revolutionary. This next one might be a bit too controversial for the woke mob. I think they should add a second Eric. Not like genetically related or anything, but they should be the exact same. I think Eric is so cool. Heliodor. What the fuck is Banjo-Kazooie? Fatal Fury is pretty awesome. It's a shame then that there are no more character slots in those games left to fill, otherwise I would pick Q from Street Fighter Third Strike. He's in the thumbnail after all. ARMS has to be Luffy from One Piece. It just feels weird to have a stretchy ARM game without him. I've never played the One Piece series though, so I can't really say to what degree ARMS actually fits him. The boat pit is a metaphysical concept that embodies the mental state of the player. Whatever your reaction to the boat pit determines the way you engage with other people on a deep level. A perfect Minecraft would generate one boat pit per world. Next we have Tekken. I don't know much about Tekken, but they should have Majima from the Yakuza movie. It's so cool when he shoots Mishima. Finally we have Kingdom Hearts. I haven't really played a lot of Kingdom Hearts, but when I think of Kingdom Hearts I think of coolness and vibes. And who's more vibey than Weed Mario? I think you should take Mikey's place and found Smokezinization 13, where they distribute weed to the heartless. That would mend their broken souls. So, those were my ideas for new characters in each series represented in Smash Ultimate. Let me know what you thought of my picks in the comments. This has been Senkai Kasa, and I hope you have some well-earned fun today. Signing off.